Hello, hopefully you're doing pretty well today. My name is Deborah and welcome to my channel, Crafty Chalking Creations. I'm an independent designer of Chalk Couture and I have a sketchbook here and I wanted to go ahead and put something on it and I wasn't sure which transfer, and it was suggested that I use this transfer, the coffee, tea, and hot cocoa one, Hug in a Mug. And I thought that's a really good idea. I like coffee, tea, and hot cocoa. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply it to the cover of my sketchbook here. Now this is a hard surface. It has a slight texture to it and it had a slight coating on it. But to be on the safe side of trying to prevent my transfer from adhering to the surface so well that I could possibly stretch it or ruin it, I went ahead and applied just a slight coating of surface wax and I gave it a buffing. And to save a little bit of time, I went ahead and pre-cut this transfer. I will post a shopping link below in the description box of the items that I will be using of Chalk Couture's in there, so that way if you want to get any of these items, you're more than welcome to. At the cart link, you can edit it. That means you can go ahead and add or subtract any of the products that I have in that cart. So I will be adding that, and I will also be using the fuzzing cloth because I'm definitely going to need to be fuzzing my transfers because they are sticky on the back. I will be using the black Chalkology ink. Now this is a water-based ink, and then once it's heat set, it is permanent. So I will be heat setting that. You'll need some surface wax. Okay, and I will be using the small squeegee, so I'll be using that. Additional things that you will need, you're obviously going to need an iron, like a small mini iron or something, because I will be pressing this. Some parchment paper and like a Teflon sheet or something that's going to protect your iron from the ink also. And you're going to need a Sharpie marker or a pencil or a pen or something so you can write on the back of your transfer. And I'll explain that in case you have not seen any of my previous videos. Now, I have never done this before, inked on a cover, so this is the first time. Let's see, and hopefully this goes pretty well. All right, first thing I'm going to need to do is this transfer comes in one sheet. I already pre-cut some of this. And I cut that one off. And then what you do is you just, where between the lines, if this is, there's sections, just go ahead and cut it. Now your transfer does come in a sleeve that has instructions on it. Be sure to keep that because you're going to want to use this for storage. And then I took a Sharpie marker and I wrote the back of my transfer. And why that is, okay, I'm not going to use that section. And why that is because there's a matte side and a shiny side. The matte side, you do not want to put your transfer on it. You want it to, after you've used it and you have cleaned it, you want to reapply it to your backing sheet. And it has a shiny side. And so that way you know which side to place your transfer back on for storage. All right, I've already done that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to fuzz my transfers. Now, even though I have put some wax on there and buffed it, I still want to fuzz this quite a bit. And why that you want to fuzz is because these are sticky. They're sticky, which is good. And these are reusable. But you want to add some fuzz, like I said, so that way it does not adhere to the surface so strongly to the point of it could stretch and distort or ruin your transfer. Now, Chalk Couture does state that these are reusable, 8 to 10, maybe 12 times. I have read and heard other designers state they have gotten much longer use out of that. Out of the transfers. It depends on your maintenance and how well you take care of them. I'm going to just, maybe a couple more times. I just want a little bit of tact on there. Now I will not be using this section. I'm just wanting to use the words. And I thought about how I want to lay this out. So I think I'm going to go here. Okay, and then usually I start top to bottom and I go side to side. Now I'm not going to put any paste over here, so I'm not worried about that. I just want the word. So you can use just sections or elements of transfers also. So I'm going to put that one there. But before I go ahead and place my ink, I want to make sure that I think my transfer, the way I have pictured, will fit. Okay, because I'm just using the words coffee, tea, just to make sure I have my placement. I want that a little offset. Yeah, I think that will work. All right, now that I have that figured out, let's see if I wanted to do the tea. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this one at a time. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these ready. So that way after I get the ink on that one and dry it, I can just move right on to the next transfers. Like I said, you want to keep these backing sheets because you need to keep those for storage. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to get these fuzzed. You want to fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. If at any point you like what I'm doing or you like this idea, the concept, please be sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. So that way you'll be notified whenever I do a video. And if you think this information or this video would be of help to someone or give them inspiration, be sure to share it. Share this video with them. All right, we'll do a little bit more fuzzing as we get closer to it. Oh, and I have a ceramic plate here that I am using to go ahead and put my squeegee on. So here we go. All right, you just go ahead and you dip it into the ink there. It does not take much. And then you just spread it on. Now I'm not wanting the cup, I'm just wanting the words, so I need to be a little mindful where I'm placing. Okay, I think I have good coverage on there, so I'm going to swipe off the excess. And then on the bevel side of my squeegee here, I'm just going to swipe and get the extra off so that way you can see the wording underneath. And now we're going to go ahead and peel it. I'm going to slowly peel it. Make sure that you've got adhesion there. Yeah. And it's on there. So I'm going to set that one aside. I'm done with the coffee one. And I'm going to spritz that with a little bit of water until I can get this clean so that way the ink does not dry in that mesh. I'm going to put my cap on my ink briefly. And I'm going to go ahead and dry this. Try to speed up the process here so that way because I need to overlap a little bit on my transfer, so I want to make that this is dry. Make sure this is dry. You can use, this is a heating tool. You can also use this for embossing. If you have a hair dryer, you can use that also. Let me check and see. Yeah, that's dry. So I'm going to move on to the tea section. I'm going to fuzz this just a little bit more. Okay. Now I want the tea to go here. I'm just going to press that down. I'm going to go back to my black ink. Now I just want the words, so I'm just going to kind of turn this a little bit so that way I make sure that I can see where the cup is at and I'm not going there. Okay. Scrape off the excess. Put my cap on and let's peel this. Oh, I like how that is. So far, so good. Let me heat this little section here. And get this dry. So yeah, if you have a notebook you like to cover, use the ink. Now you have to be mindful of the surface. I don't obviously suggest plastic because you are going to have to iron it, so that way it is heat set. But if it's a hard cover, or if it has maybe like a fabric or a surface that you know that will be able to tolerate the heat, then give it a try. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, and I'm going to have the hot cocoa straight. Or should I do that? No, I've already got one angled that way. All right. Start top. Make sure there are no wrinkles or little air bubbles there, little fuzzies. Make sure it is as smooth as possible to the surface. All right. I'm going to do little steam marks too. Now when you use a darker color ink or paste, sometimes even lighter ones, don't be surprised if your transfer gets discolored. It does not damage your transfer in the least bit. You just want to make sure that those little mesh openings do not get clogged with dried paste or ink. Okay, I'm going to cap that up because I am done. And let's peel this and let's see how it turn out. Ooh, I like that. I'm liking how this looks. I'd like to thank my mother for the suggestion on this transfer. I think this is just really, this is spot on. Because I like coffee, I like tea, I like hot cocoa. I like all three. I just want to make sure this is dry. And then I've got my little iron preheated. I've had it on, so it's been heating. Okay, I'm going to move that out of the way. I have my parchment paper. I'm going to lay that down. I think the one sheet will be fine. And this is a Teflon sheet for ironing or cooking, you know, to tolerate heat and surfaces. Oh, this iron is hot. I might need to turn this down. We will see. Now it is suggested, I would say this is probably for fabric, to iron this or heat set it for like up to 4 minutes. I don't think this is going to take 4 minutes. But you just go over it slowly. Probably a little slower than what I'm going on. Just to make sure that it heat sets. But like I said, if you like any aspect of this video or this idea, please be sure to subscribe and like and press that notification bell so that way you know whenever I have another video, post it. All right, let's see. Well, that's hot. We'll just go over it just a little bit more just to be on the safe side. Okay. All right. And that is it. And there you go. So yeah, if you have a sketchbook, you might have something that's a little bit more of a hardbound type book. I haven't tried it like on a regular notebook or anything like that. It's just this has a plain surface. So I thought, oh, it would be nice to decorate it. It is that easy and it can be that fast. Like I said, I hope you enjoy this video. Feel free to share it, and I will post a shopping link down below of the transfer and also the supplies that I had used, well, minus this, but the Chalk Couture supplies. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this gave you inspiration.